Alright, moving on to our next Patreon request, and this one comes from Dominique Fuentes, who asked me to do a Patreon request of a crossover between Hazbin Hotel and Kingdom Hearts. So, yeah. As always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, where you guys can hit the third tier that'll allow you access to all the stuff on Patreon, as well as allow you to send me Patreon requests for me to do here on YouTube. But other than that, hope you all enjoy this, and yeah, let's get started with the video. So this story basically starts in Hell, and what is going on is that Hell has recently been under attack by some unknown visitors, and the problem is they don't look, and everyone thinks it's like a new form of angel. Like, everyone is suspecting that it's like a new kind of angel, or that it's like some kind of new way for heaven to attack them. But really, it's the Heartless. The Heartless have arrived in Hell, and they're actually more powerful than they usually are, because this is Hell, and there's darkness in everyone's heart. So of course everyone, basically everyone literally has been feeding the Heartless. Like, everyone is making the Heartless stronger, and these Heartless basically these Heartless look more demonic. They're more twisted. They're even bigger, and a lot of them look almost like the abstracts in Digital Circus. But yeah, so Hell has been overrun by them, and these Heartless are pretty hard to kill. Not to say you can't kill them, but they actually have a pretty fast respawn, because Hell is pretty, Hell is pretty well placed for darkness. So the hotel has been fighting day in and day out, trying to hold back the Heartless horde. And even Alistair's like getting exhausted. Like, it's so bad that Alistair and Lucifer, the two most powerful members of the group, are actually getting winded by it. Because it's just day in and day out. So what happened? So Charlie is just like distraught, because she just, they defeated they killed Adam. The hotel just got rebuilt, and now these creatures are now just tearing apart what she was building, what she wanted to have all her life. Like, her lifelong dream is again getting destroyed. So she's basically like, I need a miracle. Like, I need someone, she just kind of says like a silent prayer almost, where she basically has like this moment of like this little silent prayer of please, if anyone's out there, if anyone, if there's some force out there. And she's kind of talking, she's not talking to God specifically, she's just like, it's like oh my God, please help me out there. And it's just that little moment, that little prayer, that little light of hope actually reaches out throughout the universe. How? Fuck you, it's Kingdom Hearts. That's how. So that little beacon of hope goes out into the universe, and in a gummy ship, in the gummy ship, not too far away, out in the cosmos, Sora, Donald, and Goofy, hear that little plea. They hear the little plea out there for someone to help them. And funny enough, what happens is that Sora, Donald, and Goofy, their gummy ship actually encounters this weird rift in space, and it almost looks like the Eye of Terror from Warhammer. So what happens is that they're at first Donald's like, we should just pass it. There's no way we should go into that. It's we could just move to this. It'll take a little longer to get where we're going, but we'll just turn, or it'll take us an extra few hours, but we can pass by it. And then Sora says, no, we have to go into it. And they're like, excuse me? You're like, yeah, we need to go into that. I don't know what it is, but we need to go into we need to go into that portal. We need to go into that weird rift. And Donald's like, look, Sora, I know you like adventure, and but there's no way we know where this rift could take us. You know, it could like tear us apart, or rip our molecules apart. And Goofy's just like, and I like my molecules where they are. But Sora's like, look, I don't know what it is, but I feel like there's something calling to me in that void. So we need to go into it. And they're like, fine. So they fly into it, and it's a pretty nasty storm. It's a pretty nasty storm that they have to like fly through, and eventually they get spat out, and they're in hell. And it's just like an awful, ugly city. And it's just like they could just like smell how like the gummy. Even like Goofy's like, gosh, it smells so bad it's even getting in the gummy ship. And Don's like, or maybe you just don't take a shower enough. That too. But Sora's like, look, someone out here, like I have this feeling that someone needs our help. Like someone was calling out to me for help, so we need to go down there. And he goes, well, how? And so they go, and they find that like they're going through the streets, and already they're like, are we sure these people aren't Heartless already? And then real Heartless show up, who are like harvesting the dark hearts from from demons. So Sora, Donald, and Goofy fight their way through. Are basically fighting Heartless, and these Heartless are pretty strong. And they're like, I don't know where we are, but these are some pretty we've never encountered Heartless like this tough right out the gate. And Goofy's like, yeah, usually we battle them in their there's a level system almost. And Sora's like, what? And he's like, oh, nothing, just talking out loud. However, Donald's like, look, these people look pretty awful. Like, they're just some pretty, these people just look like, maybe, Sora, I don't want to say it out loud, but maybe there's some worlds that just need to get destroyed. And from what we've seen, these people are just the worst. So maybe we can just let the Heartless have a win here, because I don't think we're not really doing anything that these guys aren't already doing themselves. But that's when Sora sees Nifty like trying to fight some Heartless, and they're about to kill her. And Sora comes in, just fights it off, and saves Nifty. And Nifty's like, oh, thanks, bad boy. You're a little too young for me, but I can work with that. Why don't you come home with me? And he's like, okay, come on, guys. So they go, and they go to the Hazbin Hotel, and Charlie's like, who are you? Like, everyone's like, who are you? Because you're not obviously demons. You're not even dead. But Sora's like, hey, I think I heard your voice call out to me. And she's like, you must be the help. I needed help, to get rid of the Heartless. And to get rid of these monsters. And they're like, oh yeah, they're the Heartless. They feed off of evil in people's hearts. And to which Angel's like, evil in people's hearts, huh? Well, they got a smorgasbord here. This is hell. And and Sora's reaction is, wait, like legit hell? Like actual hell? And he's like, yep, ain't no other hells than this. Okay. And that's when Donald's like, again, like, we should just cut our losses. This is supposed, like, maybe this world is being punished because, like, hell, like, this is hell. Like, it's meant, it's meant for sinners. This isn't, like, a good place. Like, this isn't meant to be a good place. But Sora doesn't concede. He instead says, look, we were brought here for a reason, and I believe that reason, I believe this, there's a reason why we were to save it. And because Charlie, like, explained her whole thing of, like, she wants redemption, and Sora agrees. So the trio stay, and they have to find out where the source of these Heartless are coming from. And that's when they see, like, more angelic-looking Heartless as well. And they're like, Angel Heartless? That's weird! And they're like, nah, if you knew heaven, you'd agree with it. You wouldn't be shocked. So everyone, like, fights their way through, and it is interesting, because Alistair's like, I've heard of a Keyblade before. I've never seen one. May I touch it, and may I hold it, good sir? And Sora's like, nah, I'm gonna hold on to this one. But yeah. So as they're fighting, they discover that the person who had brought the Heartless here was Lute. Lute, basically, the evil in her heart was so strong after Adam's death that she actually attracted the Heartless to hell and is now using them instead of exterminators. But Sora's like, no, you can't do that. That is the worst idea. The Heartless just consume. They're going to go after heaven next. If it's as bad as, if you're as awful as everyone else in heaven, then they're going to go after your world next. And she's like, no, I can control them. I can do everything. So now empowered by the darkness, Lute is just taking people out left and right, until, like, Charlie hands Sora the key to the Hazbin Hotel, and it turns into a new Keyblade, because of course it would, and actually defeats Lute. She doesn't die, but she is like Sora uses it to sever the connection between her and the Heartless, leading to the Heartless dissipating, and then using it to seal the keyhole, which is in the hotel. So Lute's defeated, the Heartless are gone, the hell is sealed off from the Heartless forever, and yeah, Sora gets a new Keyblade. And he gets to see that not every soul is lost. It's very much like Charlie has that belief that not every soul is lost to darkness. So they say their goodbyes and leave. And the day is saved thanks to Sora and company. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much the Kingdom Hearts Hazbin Hotel story. I'd like to thank Dominique Fuentes for this Patreon request and continued patronage. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.